Hello everyone and welcome to my stream. I'm your host, Nessie, the captain of this ship. And today, we are going to be playing some House Sanguinis, our lovely D&D campaign full of treachery and disdain for one another. I hope everyone is to roll and scream, of course, as we continue on our story after some chaos had ensued. Please sit back and relax and enjoy the show. I'm gonna bring everyone in.
Okay, either way, we need to stop talking about this so Nessie doesn't think we're destroying the world.
And that is why we're going to nuke the entire planet.
Yes, exactly.
Hold up, Axel, what level, who gets this again?
Ninth
A
level.
lot of
summon neutron
17th level
star.
people.
Yeah, but like what class? I just need one class.
Warlock.
Oh
There's
no.
other classes, I'm sure, but I don't know.
Who
level 9
is throwing
Warlock
Meteor
summon
Strike
neutron
at
star.
everyone?
It's not
Oh, no.
Meteor Strike, it's worse.
It's so much worse, Nessie. It's so much worse.
Nessie, I summon neutron star.
That's
The
a 9th
rules
level
do
spell.
not say you can't do it.
It's a 9th level spell Warlocks get. There's a lot. There's a few I could
What do you mean?
say.
It's called Touch Infinity, and the rules do not say you cannot turn 40 by 40 by 40 cubic feet into a neutron star.
Right, meme incoming, fellas.
You know, sometimes I question whether or not you guys actually want to play or destroy my campain. These are one of those moments.
Oh no, we absolutely want to play. Just, the discussion,
believes in Scorch.
I'll be
Quite
honest.
the
literally.
discussion just took
You
an
know what would be
interesting
funny?
turn, Nessie.
It would probably be much funnier if we ever had Touch Infinity. Someone's annoying us, we just summon a teaspoon of nuclear pasta above their head, and they instantly die.
Just summon a demon core in their house.
Again,
And range
I am
unlimited. I can summon a
heavily-
neutron star to literally any location in the galaxy.
Anyway,
You cannot give me
Anyways.
17th level.
Anyway.
Nessie.
I will try to remind myself of that. Anyways, who wants to be my scribe and recap what happened last session?
I can do that.
Tanwin?
So,
Do it then.
basically, last week, after Victor realized his gang of buddies had betrayed him, we proceeded to brutally smack Victor and the 3 demon dogs. We did that for a few hours, and that's basically
You
it.
skipped a bit there, but that's accurate. For
Accurate.
everything that happened once combat started.
Yeah. To put into place what Tanwin had forgotten, you all finally made it out into this suspicious area that was very familiar to some of you hunters, where in conversation before the fight actually began, Kara was able to persuade them to allow Apernath to come forth and have a lovely conversation with him, where Caro has now made a deal with Apernath,
Devil.
essentially. And
Oh yeah, we're allowed to kill everyone we want, and we get rewarded for it.
Just not immediate.
just not immediately. Yes, you must do a certain task for him before he will give you the next person on your list, as well as the last 2 hostages. After the battle, you, of course, winning and triumphantly destroying Victor, we head to where we left off.
Ness, you're still on the starting soon screen.
I know. Patience
Oh,
is
yeah,
not one of your
fair.
patience is not one of your virtues.
I just didn't know if you realized it or not.
No, I
Not
have
patient,
everything.
just looking out for you.
I have everything pulled up. I knew where I was going with that. Anyways,
Did you though?
that is where we start our campaign. After the smoke, I guess for lack of a better word, clears, all of you are left in this small little clearing right after Owen had tossed Victor's body into the water. Violet, your mother holding on to you, petting your head, shushing you to calm down and relax. Violet, as you look over your mother slightly, you can tell that she was bound heavily. There are patches of dried blood around her face and on her lips. She looks like she had had quite a beating at some point, except you don't know by whom. Your father, as you look over, looks pretty similar, except he looks a little worse than she does. As you expect, you can probably assume that your father attempted to protect your mother. Owen. As you toss the body into the river, you feel your vibrator. your
Hey, yo!
Excuse me?
Oh, recreation.
Recreation. Your phone buzz as it slightly vibrates in your pocket. You have received a text
Are
message.
you sure? Are you sure that's all?
Oh,
Good evening, and
Violet.
welcome.
I'm glad I can.
I'll read the message.
As you look at your phone, you see it's from your sister. All it says is meet me at the old house.
Please.
I'm going to leave it on red.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm just going to say when. Then I'll leave that answer on red.
Within a few seconds, you receive a reply. Do you choose to read it?
Yes.
It will, if you choose to read it, will show you have read it.
I know, that is my intention.
Okay.
I said leave it on red, not leave it unread.
Okay. It says within the next 24 hours.
Okay. I'll put my phone away.
Violet, you can feel your mother start to slightly cry as her tears drip onto the side of your cheek as she holds you.
I think very quietly and in a very flat tone, she will ask her mom, "Who did this to you?"
A few of them did. Ogum wanted to question us about you, but neither of us gave up information. We would
What
never
did
do
you want to
that.
know?
Your whereabouts. He wanted to know where you were. Where all of you were.
I think she's just gonna remain silent, but she is very visibly shaking and half hyperventilating. Like, not. You can't see it, but you can tell, like, she's trying to calm herself down.
I'd be impressed if you actually knew, given how frequently we were moving.
We knew about you being at Club Euphoria, but that's as far as our knowledge went, and we weren't going to give that up even.
It's been a while since we were even there.
See, I didn't even know that.
Being on the move is good for your health.
At that, you watch as Violet's father shakes his head. I agree with that. I think all of you should stay on the move. I'm not keen about this deal you've made, Caro, about taking Kaname's head. That's not going to be easy.
If anything in my life was easy, it'd be a change of pace.
I'm talking about she has an army surrounding her at all times.
Yeah,
She's held up in her castle for majority of the time, from my knowledge.
same goes for mine.
And it's
But
not.
I have some ideas.
It's not even in the beginning area of the Feydark. It's towards the back.
I'm going to take this moment to interject. A brief moment in the conversation. That far, at least, won't be an issue. I know how to get us there. I'm rather experienced in that area of the Feydark, and I know my way around that castle. Earned into my memory.
And you are...
Anvin, one of her ex-playthings.
I
By killing her
see.
anyway. Besides, I doubt any of us realistically won't be in her sight at the end of the day, given the way everything else seems to be heading. There's a good chance we'll have to face off with her regardless. It's
Yeah,
how we get rewarded for it.
she was on my hit list as is. And I'm sure I'm on hers, but that's no change.
We're on everyone's.
At this point, yes.
Like quite literally everything but the universe itself wants you dead.
Oh, don't count out the universe just yet.
All but the Sealy. They can't afford to have me dead yet.
At this, Violet, your mother takes your face in her hands. Dear, you know how deadly Kaname can be. Please be careful when confronting her. She will know that you are a witch of Asmodeus.
And I don't care. I don't care if it kills me. I'm bringing her down as far as I can.
You watch a pained expression come across your mother's face when you say that.
But I have no intention of dying. Nothing's killed me yet, Mom. You know this.
She takes a little bit of your bangs out of your face and puts it behind your ear. I should have followed in your mother's footsteps your grandmother's footsteps years ago.
Now's not the time to regret the decisions you made, Mom. And I'm sure as hell not going to regret the decisions I'm making in the future. Starting with the two others that were here, and every single other witch who has laid hand on you, Dad, and my grandparents. I don't care if I have to slaughter them all. They're done for.
Okay. Whatever assistance you may need, your father and I will try to help. Do you know of a safe place we can go?
Hey, Caro.
Hmm?
If I may be so bold as to ask, is it possible that your mother can host my family for a bit?
I'll have to go ask her.
I will be in your debt. Yours and hers.
We can talk debts after Kaname's dead.
Until Caro can talk to his mother, I was under the assumption that Club Euphoria is still neutral ground.
That's another option.
For the meantime,
That's-
that would be a good place to stay safe.
I think Violet's just gonna look at her mom, look at her dad, and then turn her sights onto Owen. Stand up and approach him.
Owen is looking outwards towards the river, so I don't know if he'd. Grass is pretty quiet. I don't know if he'd hear you approach.
Roll me a stealth versus perception.
Okay. Works for me. I gotta remember what the hell my stealth is.
It's a 12.
24!
You quietly walk towards Owen.
I'll just stand here. There we go. And she will say, right as she gets up to that area, "You gonna explain that away?"
She's not like that. I'm sure she has her reasons.
You saw plainly. She chose her side, Owen. Now you need to choose yours.
There has to be an explanation.
What explanation can you possibly come up with?
don't know, but she's not like that. And I'm going to take a step towards Violet.
She's not like that, huh? You mean she's not somebody who would work with witches? She is not somebody who would take innocent people from their homes? Because that's exactly what she did, Owen. You saw her standing there. I don't know why you're still denying it. So please, do give me an explanation. Because if you don't, her blood is going to be on my hands next.
Owen's going to just grit his teeth because he doesn't have an answer. I have to find out why.
Maybe there's no need to find out. Because as far as I can tell, she's a fucking witch. She admitted it herself the longest time ago. We should have fucking ended her at that point. But no, you said we could trust her. You caused this. If she had been dead, my parents would have been safe. But no. Here we are, my mother battered and bruised, my father in a worse position, and it's all her fault! And then that's when she's gonna snap.
Roll me a 1d20.
Five.
All of you watch as a thorn whip abruptly explodes from both of Violet's hands. Violet, I'm gonna have to have you roll an attack.
Okay.
Against Owen. Owen, what is your AC?
14.
This is erupting from both of your hands. Roll it twice.
22. And a 9.
Owen, you watch as one of these thorn whips head towards your side and you abruptly move to counter it. However, as you move, the other one attacks and hits you in the shoulder. Roll for damage.
I believe that's the caster that rolls.
Yes, it'll be Luke. Yeah,
that's what I'm.
Violet.
That's what I'm doing.
Violet
I just
was
had to
looking
look
up.
at 5.
You take 5 points of piercing damage as this thorn whips out, striking you on the shoulder, kind of toppling you back as you feel the sting of Violet's spell hit you. All of you would see this.
Yeah, Donovan has sort of been tactically repositioning himself during this whole conversation, so he fucking ready.
And now, after that happened, Violet's hand, she's looking down at her hands, just shaking.
Donovan has
happened
drawn
again.
a gun, but is not pointing it.
Violet, you know this isn't the answer.
I didn't.
Your mother is going to rush forward and instantly stand in front of you, protecting you with her body. putting
What
her
does the-
arms up.
What does my wound look like?
It's looks like it's been slashed, as Thorn Whip is kind of, it's like a whip with spikes on it, if you imagine it. And it looks like your clothes have been ripped on your shoulder and you have giant gashes into your shoulder itself. And it's bleeding.
Owen's just going to kind of tap his shoulder, like look at his fingers to just make sure that it is bleeding, and then he's just going to turn to Jonathan and say, "We're leaving."
Right. Oh, what direction?
Through the cave back to the house where everyone else is.
Actually, hold up. At that point, where did we leave the others behind?
In the
Again,
warehouse.
like in the warehouse, right?
Mhm.
So if we send them a message, they do have reception, right?
Correct, they do.
Right. In that case, I'm going to send
At
up a
least
message
some
to
of them
Christian
do.
to expect our arrival, basically. Specifically mentioning Jonathan and Owen
Yeah.
to be the ones returning.
When you send that message out, Jonathan, you get a question mark back from some of the other people.
Just going to respond with later. Jonathan is not a prolific texter.
This would be the wider group chat, right?
No, not the wider group chat. This is specifically
Okay.
him DMing the hunters, basically.
Okay.
Since this has, right now, this is a situation of, well, the hunters are going to go elsewhere now, so obviously the hunters will be informed about it.
The separate cooler hunter group chat.
The group chat, the cooler group chat.
So the two hunters leave into the cave, going out of sight from the group of you, where you are left there. Violet, your mother turns around and grabs your hands.
This has happened twice now.
Darling,
Mom, what is happening to me?
I believe it's my fault. But it's too much to explain here, okay, darling?
I'm scared.
Your mother just grabs onto you and hugs you tight.
I swear I didn't mean to hit him. I swear.
I know. At this, you watch as Violet's father turns to you, Caro. Do you have a way to get us all to a safe space?
Safer to walk. Mine is inconsistent.
Okay.
That's one way to say about that.
Oh, that's better than the word I had.
Yeah. Things are not going exactly according.
Well,
I just didn't expect we all have to split up like this.
Well, I imagine the hunters need time. Hopefully, at the end of this, we will still be able to work together somehow.
They will do it, right? I mean, we all have the same common goal in the end, right?
We will. Tiara, we're gonna have to wait and see.
Just hope Violet is gonna be okay.
We'll figure it out. Neraina's gonna walk over to Violet real quick. It kind of hands out to show she's not coming in as a threat. And she's just gonna kind of lean in and say quietly, I understand. This is your family, and they are hurt. I understand. I inadvertently dragged my dad into our mess. But you're asking Owen to do something nearly impossible to his own sister. You need to remember that, please. And then she's gonna walk back to the rest of the group.
With your mother's arm wrapped around you, she'll help lead you and your group out of the forest and towards the main city walks. As you guys start to wander out of this area. However, turning to the vampire hunters. Owen, you and Jonathan walk through the dark passageway, now knowing the way back as you have pathed your way towards where the clearing had been. The both of you coming to the open door where this entrance had originally been. As the both of you step out into the main area, you notice no one is here looking at the corridor here. However, you can hear voices talking on from this direction.
Guess I'll go and investigate then.
Okay. You and Jonathan continue through the hallways, walking through this little hidden corridor area, and finally landing yourself into this back area that has wooded flooring. As you come out of the tunnel and towards the boxes, you still see the lying corpse, now covered with a makeshift cover of someone you presume is Erdan, who had been killed earlier in the day. As you continue through this corridor, you hear the voices getting louder and louder as you hear a voice kind of sounding like Caleb's, laughing a little, and Silric responding, and you hear the familiar giggle of Chloe and Vi, as well as the slightly deeper female voice of Valerie and Christian laughing back at them.
Before we turn the corner, I'm just gonna say Jonathan's gonna kick the corpse just once.
Just slight kick.
Just like in passing, like giving it a slight kick.
Just like, fuck you.
As you turn the corner, Jonathan, you see the group of them kind of just talking and standing around, just kind of being lazy, for lack of a better word, as no one has come through here, at least what you can see.
Has anyone noticed me yet?
Let me roll.
Just like most people aren't looking in our direction.
Yeah, it's only Christian and Valerie who are actually looking at you. So let me roll.
Is Drage gonna do a funny?
Oh, not really. Practical education is what I'd call it.
After a few seconds, you watch Valerie kind of look up from her phone and see you, Jonathan, pass the corner, and she kind of gives you a smile.
Yeah, Jonathan's just, you know, that pillar next to Jonathan there? He's just going to, like, knock on that audibly.
You watch as the entire group jumps and turn towards you and look at you, who have look towards the knocking noise. As everyone sees who it is, they kind of sigh. After that, you watch Caleb kind of turn towards you, Jonathan. So it's done. Have you taken care of everything? Is Victor dead too?
Yes. That's all he says.
I'm going to come out with Jonathan.
As you turn the corner, Owen, you watch as Chloe's face goes happy and then instantly twists, seeing your shoulder. And she kind of runs towards you and taking your hand. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Where are the others?
They're still there.
What was as worse as what we thought it was?
We came out of that one fairly well, actually. None of us got hurt.
He says while he's bleeding.
In fairness, that wasn't from the fight. That was...
Yeah, but still, you know.
You look hurt. What?
Ask Violet.
Okay. So, where are we heading from here?
I'm going to look at my phone, but I'm not going to bring up the messages. I'm just going to say, I'd like to go home.
Okay. Do you want me to come with you?
Yes, I would like that a lot.
Okay. I guess we'll meet the rest of you back wherever you guys are meeting. Jonathan, if you can send us the details when you finally decide.
That's sweet.
You are the highest ranking officer here.
Yeah, but like, finally. What do you mean, finally?
E. There's a lot of E's going on in chat.
Hey, Axo started it.
And with that, Owen, you and Chloe, hand in hand, head up the stairs and walk out of sight. As the two of them walk away, you watch as Valerie kind of raises an eyebrow towards that exchange and then looks at you. And mouths, "What happened?"
Broad question. Short of it, we killed Victor.
Okay. Is there more
Just like-
details?
The slightly longer of it, Caro struck us a favorable deal to assist in killing Victor, and there was a difference of opinion afterwards.
I don't like your tone on that.
I don't like that it happened either.
Should we worry about what Owen is doing?
I'm not sure.
Okay. That does not bode well. You realize that.
None of this bodes well. Nothing has boded well since I was sent on this God's forsaken mission. I am somewhat desensitized to it now. Owen may or may not do something foolish, but at this point, we have bigger things to worry about. He's a capable guy. He could probably get out of it anyway.
I guess if he had issues, he could always call us and we'd be there pretty quickly.
Anyway, we've left the others behind to, kumbaya and talk it out between themselves. Either they'll eventually show up here or we'll make our way back to the club ourselves. But for now, I'd like to sit down for a moment. He's gonna sit down on this great thing here.
Valerie will kind of sit on the edge with you, and Christian will kind of just look at the two of you, not understanding anything that's going on. You see his head just kind of squints and then just kind of looks at the two of you. So you know what? I'm not gonna ask. After a few minutes pass, Caleb walks up to you with Silric and Vi. So where are the others?
Oh, they're still at the end of the tunnel. We just left early.
Okay, I guess we'll head over there then. Is everything okay?
Between all of them, absolutely. But if you want to know more of the potential ETA, you can always shoot them a text. If they haven't already entered the tunnels, they should have reception.
Okay. With that, the three of them head upstairs to get a little bit better reception, and Violet, Caro, and Neraina, you receive text messages from the three of your respected partners asking, is everything okay? Are you safe?
We're good. Just gonna make our way back to Euphoria.
Neraina will message Silric and only Silric. We're safe. Things have gotten potentially a little bit more complicated again. Could really use a hug when I see you.
He'll respond back to you, a hug when you get there, we'll meet you there. And Caro,
She will also...
Caro, you'll receive a message back from Vi saying, okay, we'll meet you there.
I will add that Neraina said something about Euphoria because that's where she's assuming we're all going at this point. So
okay.
So yeah.
Violet, do you choose to answer?
Yeah, I will send back. We're safe. I'm not okay. We're heading back to Euphoria. Details when we get there.
He'll send back a sad face and then a hug emoji back, and then respond with, and then send back, we'll meet you at Euphoria, Euphoria, love. Yeah.
Words.
After
I imagine that's him mistyping many times.
Euphoria, love, fuck at the end.
She will send back XD with a heart.
After a few minutes, Jonathan, you hear the footsteps gradually get further and further away. And after a little while, you hear Valerie open a box, light her lighter, light a cigarette, and then turn around slightly and hand you it.
Just sort of wordlessly take it.
She then lights another one for Christian and then lights her own and just leans up against your shoulder and just drags on slowly and then blows out slowly, sighing along with it.
What the fuck have we gotten ourselves into?
I've been asking myself that question ever since I ran into Victoria.
Well, you still don't have an answer, then it might as well be hopeless at this point.
Right? Can we just, like, walk into Gerald's office, shoot him in the forehead, and then walk out? Do you think we'd get away with it?
No, we wouldn't. But if you want to make the sacrifice, I certainly won't stop you.
Way to be so chivalrous, Jonathan. Oh.
I could talk about chivalry when I'm not half dead tired anymore.
Shall we go get drinks then? Because I could use a drink.
In a moment. So I make no move to get up whatsoever.
She's not moving either. She is. You can feel that she is tired. She's kind of putting most of her weight leaning back on you.
I'm just going to, like, very lightly tap the space beside him, like, space for more here.
With that, Christian just kind of sits down, leans back, and the three of you just kind of sit there, relaxing after a long, harrowing last few weeks. To Owen. Owen, where are you heading with Chloe?
As I said, home.
And where is home?
The old family homestead that nobody should have been to since a certain attack happened.
Okay. At this point, as you walk out of the abandoned warehouse, you look around and you can see it's starting to get dark. Holding Chloe's hand tightly, you walk and walk and walk till you finally get to an area where you can order a cab. You order the cab, and silently through the drive, you feel as Chloe just kind of rubs your hand, trying to give you whatever comfort she can give. As the cab drive seems to go on and on, you finally stop at your location, at the top of the street, at your homestead. You walk down the pebble road as you are greeted with an overgrown house.
If I'm supposed to be able to see, I cannot.
I don't know why you can't. You should have visibility.
I have a black box.
I also have a black box. Un momento. Might help if I did this.
Ah.
You are greeted with the image of a worn down home that seems to be breaking apart in areas. Get some light up.
Okay, no, it's not what I originally thought it was.
Overgrown by this point, as you still see the police tape now starting to break down as years have passed since the time you had been here last. Both you and...
Has it been years?
It has been years. It's been a bit.
I would say a year and a half at most, depending how deep into the storyline we are.
You're deep into the story at this point.
2 years at a stretch. Years seems...
Okay.
2 years are in fact years, so...
The house is worn down. Overgrowth covering it. Various windows broken, as it seems as if there had been a struggle here at some point. Of course, you know the fight that went on here that left your mother maimed and your father dead. the image vividly in your mind as you stood with your sister, as your mother was taken out, and you left to pick up the pieces as your sister disappeared soon after. You walk up to the door, and the door is kind of open at this point, kind of on a hinged side as it has taken water damage also. You step in. It seems quiet.
I'm going to take out my phone and just text, "I'm here."
You hear a slight ding from the other room, coming from the kitchen.
I follow the ding.
As you follow it, heading into the kitchen, you see the back of your sister, Anwen, in a red top and jeans, her hair pulled up into a ponytail as she looks outside the kitchen window. If she didn't have white hair like you did, you would have thought it was your mother standing at the sink. However, both you and Chloe enter the room. You can see Anwen's weapons, her gun, her spellbook, both are sitting on the counter away from her.
Anwen?
You watch as she kind of shivers and she turns around. Owen?
I believe you have a lot to explain, and I would appreciate an actual explanation this time. No more bullshit, no more disappearing, please. Just tell me. What is going on with you?
She takes a second, looks down at her feet, and then sighs. A lot of it that I cannot explain right now. I wish I could, but unfortunately I can't.
Why not?
Because it deals with my pact.
Anwen, you have hurt the family of one of my friends. What am I supposed to tell them? What am I supposed... Violet is now out for your blood. And I'm struggling to find any way to defend you here.
Then don't. I have made my choice, Owen. And I'm sorry that you had to get in the middle of it. I'm sorry Mom had to get in the middle of it. I'm sorry Dad had to get in the middle of it.
You make it sound like this has been going on since before. When did this start?
You watch as she kind of puts her head down. You can see tears starting to drop from her eyes. A long time.
How long?
Five years total.
Owen's breathing speeds up and he can't get any words out.
Chloe will see this and she kind of puts her arm around you, holding your hand tight.
This was you. All of this. And he's kind of gesturing around at the state of the house.
It was. I never meant for it to get this bad.
A tear rolls down Owen's face. We could have helped you before it got to this.
No, you couldn't have.
Why not?
Hunters have no places in the hills. Hell, hunters have no place in the Feywilds either. Yet they're there. I never wanted to get the family involved. However, I should have been the one to die that night. However, Father was the one who opened the door.
I can still save you.
No. No, you can't. And I'm sorry. Please, take care of Mother. She deserves you.
She deserves to see both of us.
Not for what I've done.
Anwen, please.
Owen, it's too late. You will have to put it in your report. You won't have to put in the report that you saw me. But it will have to be said that I was there tonight. And if you don't, you know Chloe will.
Please. Don't do this, Anwen.
I don't have a choice. With that, you watch as she takes her hunter badge off her hip and she puts it next to her gun.
I pick up her badge.
You're a higher ranking officer. If you want something different, you can tell them that I died in the line of duty.
And then what? You just vanish.
It's for the best. She sighs, taking a big breath, and she looks at Chloe. Take care of him, please. He'll need you. You feel Chloe squeeze your arm a little bit tighter as Anwen takes her spellbook, puts it in the pack. Now that she's lifted up, you see it's the old rucksack that she had in her room upstairs that she always had with her. She throws it over her shoulder. And heads for the back door.
After Anwen leaves, Owen's just going to pick anything up and throw it at the wall.
Before that, though, she'll turn, opening the door. Do you remember what I told you in Club Euphoria?
You told me a lot of things there.
You'll know where to find it. And with that, she'll close the door behind her and you hear the sound of a magical portal being opened as she disappears.
And then Owen throws something at the wall.
Chloe pulls her to you and hugs you tight. You can feel that her own cheeks are wet as she has been crying. And she whispers in your ear, "I am so sorry, Owen."
You have no need to be sorry. Sorry's for when we've failed. We can still bring her back.
I hope so. I truly hope.
I'm not going to go up to the room to investigate the dream lead immediately. I think Owen would just need to sit down in his old home for a moment to process everything that's happened.
Okay. The two of you sit down. Chloe holding you tight. The two of you sit there wordlessly, relaxing, after everything that happened. However, the rest of the group, I'm going to have to remove a few people here, back at Club Euphoria. The group of mages.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there were a few of you. I gotta remove a few. There we go.
You see Chloe and Owen materialize for a second.
And then gone.
Then just poof away.
Tiara playing in the plants. That's funny.
Bruh.
After a few minutes,
Chiara can only have
the
ADHD.
two groups gather together. Violet, as your mother holds on to you tightly, after a few minutes, you making it to the doors of Club Euphoria, you hear the other group, you actually hear Caleb's voice first, run towards you. Hold the phone. Give me a moment. Where the fuck did you go? Tony, stop.
My bad, misclick.
You hear Caleb's voice yell, "Violet!" And you see the three run towards you. Neraina, you see Silric run towards you and hug you tightly. Vi and, well, Caro, you see Vi run forward and hug you too.
Neraina throws her arms around Silric and just kind of buries her face in it. He's a bit taller than her, but she manages to lever herself up and bury her face in his shoulder.
Caleb starts to walk towards you, Neraina, and then pauses, seeing your face, and then looking at your parents, and then back at you. What happened?
I'm assuming you meant Violet, not
Violet,
Neraina.
yeah. Violet. Caleb runs towards you. Yeah.
It happened again.
Your magic.
Same thing. Yeah. It happened again. And this time I actually hurt somebody. Physically, I mean.
Oh, Violet. Caleb comes up and hugs you tightly.
She will hug him back and just keep muttering, I swear I didn't mean to do it.
Your mother's going to kind of rub your back softly as the group of you kind of stand at the entrance of the club, just kind of standing there. After a little bit, Vi will pipe up, "We better head inside. It'll be safer once we're fully on neutral grounds and out of here."
Yeah. I need to talk to Victoria.
Yeah. The group of you continue to walk upstairs. Violet, you in silence with Caleb and your parents. Neraina, you in Silric's arms. Vi holding onto your hand, Caro, as the group of you walk all the way upstairs and into Victoria's room, where you knock on the door and then close the door behind all of you. Sitting inside is Victoria and Liam, who had originally been talking, but then were silenced when all of you entered. Victoria will kind of look at the group of you. You guys look a little worse for wear. What happened?
Would have been worse. Well, killed a couple warlocks. And came to a deal with the opposition.
Victoria will look a little shocked, and Ian will pipe up. Or not Ian. Well, actually, Ian will pipe up. Because he's in the corner.
Where?
He's in the corner.
Ah, there he is.
He's hiding in the corner.
Wallflowering son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean you struck a deal with the opposition?
Apernath has agreed to get off our ass and be neutral in exchange for Kaname's head.
And how does that help us?
Well, Apernath is... Well, you know how we released a whole bunch of you from the basement of the magic school?
Yeah.
Basically, I'm pulling the mages out.
For temporary.
It got us out of there alive. We wouldn't have won that. 4 damn strong enemies are a lot to handle. I did what I had to do to get us out alive. Once we take out Kaname, we'll get... Well, we get to kill Cynthia as well.
And with that, Caleb will speak up. You mean Apernath's bitch?
Correct.
Yep.
How did you all manage that one?
You can thank Caro for that one. I don't know what kind of charisma he has, but
I pulled a fast one on the head of the Mages Guild.
Slightly hysterical laughter from Neraina curled up in Silric's lap. He won't keep it. You know he won't.
He will.
And Caleb will shake his head. Apernath is a man of his words. As crazy as his intentions might be, he is worthy of his words. If he made a deal with you, he will keep that deal. He's known for it. It's why he has so many allies. It's why people trust him. Because he's never
He
been
breaks
known
his
to...
word, he loses the guild.
Correct. He loses everything that he's worked for. And he has the guild in the palm of his hand. I have a meeting, actually, with Wesley later. He's planning on stopping by. He sent me a text message earlier.
Wonderful.
So I'll have some
I
more
was
news.
hoping to get in contact with him anyway.
Neraina will kind of look like she's about to object, but actually stop and listen, and just go, "You know him better than I do.
Well,
I'll trust that you two know what you're talking about." And just kind of put her head back on Silric's shoulder.
I've been running around in the guild since I was 13.
I was recruited when I was 10. So I've been there for a while. Hell, I grew up with Cynthia, so if that tells you anything. Me and Violet both did, unfortunately.
oh god, she was a piece of work. She's older than me, but she acted like such a fucking child for the longest time.
I think it's just how her mother treated her, to be honest, Violet.
I wouldn't be surprised. Sweet lady, but oh my gods.
But yeah, Apernath is worth his words. He'll keep that promise until we give him Kaname's head.
Yeah, and then... Well, I'm sure we'll work something out.
How the fuck are we gonna give him Kaname's head?
That's another question.
He didn't give us a timeline.
No. But he's also an impatient fuck.
An impatient fuck he may be, but he will keep his word.
What if he
And
decides
gave
to take his impatience out on my grandparents?
He swore he wouldn't do them harm.
And it might not be him holding them. Who was all out there? There was...
Victor.
Anwin,
Oh,
Victor,
Anwin.
Cynthia,
Miss
Ogum.
Ogum? I think you said his name
Ogum.
was
Yeah, it was Anwin, Ogum, Cynthia,
Victor,
wa-
who is now
Victor.
deceased.
And
Yeah, he
Erdan,
was
who
dead
was
anyway.
also deceased.
Well,
Mhm.
Erdan died before he
Oh.
got there.
He hit like a bitch. How did he get into
He's
the
a
mage
pussy.
school?
After a few
How did he get in?
seconds, you watch Silric kind of scrunch his nose, and you also watch Ian scrunch his nose at the same time. Ian then pops up. Anwin. As
Whitewood.
in, what? And yeah.
Yes.
I would assume her little contract holder had no small part to play in that.
So she enemy or friend?
For the time being, assume enemy.
How's Owen taking that one?
He's
we
not.
don't know.
Do you know where he is?
No.
No, not a clue.
The hunters. She'll look sympathetically at Violet and just go, they walked away after the battle, after everything. We don't know where they are.
Neraina, you don't have to sugarcoat it.
I'm sorry, would you like me to say it? Or would you like
I'd rather be upfront and honest with everybody than
Alright,
keep
then.
secrets.
I'm sorry, I was trying to be a friend.
I appreciate it. But you can be honest with them.
Violet and Owen had words, and I don't want to say Violet attacked Owen, but I'm sorry, Violet, that's how it looked.
I can only assume it wasn't intentional.
It wasn't. This happened twice before. Well, today was the second time this happened.
You hear a sigh.
I don't know why.
You hear a sigh come from your mother. I know why. When you mix Fey blood and human blood, chaos can ensue. A lot of times, half-elves, especially if they're innately magic bound, like you are, dear, the chaotic magic that can come from it can be explosive at times if you're not prepared. Specifically, when you're trying to hold back your emotions. And if you're not prepared for it or trained for it, specifically as you are, that can happen. You've had other symptoms of it before, except I tried mitigating it the best I could. You had 4 experiences, hell, before you were even 4. I thought it had stopped. I guess I was wrong.
So what? Every time I get angry, I become a magical ticking time bomb?
Essentially, yes.
And you're sure this is specifically because of the mixing of Fey and human blood?
Yes, it is.
I'm confused.
Are Caro
had
and
no
I ticking
effects.
time bombs as well?
I'm saying innately magical.
Oh, so still Caro, but...
I'm quite... I'm high up there in terms of magic, and nothing's happened.
I'm unaware of your magical prowess, Caro. I'm sorry. As well as your lineage. I'm not aware of it.
Well, no reason to hide it, really. I'm the Prince of Sealy.
Excuse me?
I did not stutter.
Yeah, we were kind of shocked when we found out, too.
Oh yeah, quite the revelation.
Then you're more Fey blood than human blood. Sealy Court is a little bit different than average Fey. I'm talking
man.
more of the elven line than the Fey kind, unfortunately.
That's okay. My dad's an elf, and I found out my mother's a werewolf, and guess who turns into one too?
As I said, magic tends to have chaos with it. So that could have been your route. Who's saying that your mother's pure elf either?
She isn't. I know she isn't.
Exactly, so that you have it even more diluted. However, I'm a high elf. I'm as one of the purest blood that you can find. However, my husband here is human.
Unless you got some lineage that you're hiding from us, Dad?
He just raises his hands. I assure you I'm fully human. I have no magic whatsoever.
I would hope so, otherwise I would be highly confused.
My parents were both hunters. I am a hunter. That is how I am here. You watch as you see Caleb's feet kind of just... You can see that he's kind of digging his foot into the ground and his leg is kind of bouncing.
Violet's just gonna kind of lay her head on his shoulder.
He'll kind of lean into you and rest his shoulder on, or rest his head on yours.
Well, at least now I know. I thought that I was just going mad.
Your mother kind of puts her hand on your shoulder. You're not. Trust me, you're not. However, the situation that did happen in the clearing, I feel you are going to probably have to talk to the Mr. Whitewood. I think he is owed an apology, dear.
I came to that conclusion all on my own, Mom.
Okay.
I'm 22, not 12.
I can still baby my daughter, thank you, no matter how old she gets.
Not in front of my friends, Mom!
She kind of licks her finger and starts wiping off like the little smudge underneath your ear.
No, Mom! What the hell?
No matter how old you get.
Neraina's kind of got a wistful, sad smile on her face as she watches this.
Silric will kind of hold on to you tighter. Your dad's fine.
Good. As long as he's safe. And you. Tucks her head in closer, just...
Oh, Mom, there's your cat, and she points to Astra.
The Tressum kind of jumps up and, like, jumps in between the group of the four of you and just kind of cuddles into a circle. I think she has now claimed you. She's yours.
Violet will reach down and pet the Tressum.
She'll kind of lean into your scratches and just kind of curl in and get comfy while purring.
Why are you so big, you damn cat?
I can't get Alexa to stop. I love it. It's great. It is just great. I wish... Alexa! Just won't stood up. From here, after a little bit, Jonathan, you receive a text from Ian. It states, half of group have arrived at Euphoria. Where are you guys?
Presumably still being a fire hazard in the basement of...
Yes.
Fire.
Such a hazard.
Fire.
But there's wood around, and we're in a semi-enclosed room, and we're smoking. That's usually not how you're supposed to do things.
The group of you, it's probably been about 30 or so minutes by now.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, the question now, what the fuck do we do in that time? Because that's a lot of cigarettes. We need to just sit there for half an hour smoking.
Yes.
Wallflower and Vertex.
Maybe a few jokes passed back and forth.
Yeah, I don't think Jonathan is in the mood for jokes. Jonathan is in the mindset of, what the fuck am I even doing here right now? So... I mean, like, how to best phrase this? I think calling this a strategy meeting is stretching it a bit.
It could be a strategy meeting.
A strategy beating?
Yes.
A strategy meeting where the strategy is what food we're going to order later.
Yeah.
You could call this employee coworker bonding.
Yeah, I think it's more like a Jonathan is desperately looking for reasons not to fuck off at this point.
If he brings it up.
No one, he won't directly bring it up. He's not a novice at this game, but probably sort of fishing at least towards Valerie, who seems a lot more invested than he is in general, to sort of give him a good reason to stick around.
If you ask her,
Well, he's not. Again, he doesn't want to directly ask her, but also when he was assigned this mission, he thought this would be like what?
a 2-week-old mission, and now it's been months.
Yeah, like he did not sign up for this shit. So the temptation to pull rank and just fuck off out of the operation has never been greater. Like he and Christian could get away with it, right? Like they could just pull rank and go, actually no, never mind, we're going elsewhere. Find some emergency.
Valerie sighs. If you fuck off now, Gerald will have your ass. He will find any way to frame you as working with the enemy and or will frame you for potentially offing someone. And or he will put you in an even shittier job.
Well, actually, at this point, the latter might almost be acceptable, but all I'm hearing is arguments for killing him and then fucking off.
I'm saying that that's a perfectly valid explanation. However, I believe we all three have moral compasses. We fuck off, and the thing isn't going to solve itself. Taking out Jonathan just means someone else
Gerald.
will take...
Gerald.
Sorry.
Gerald,
Taking out Gerald will only cause someone else to be put in his place, which means who the fuck knows what sort of problems will be caused from that. We can't exactly hide from this. Plus, they know who your family is, they know who my family is, and they know who Christian's family is.
one more. I'm only hearing more reasons to get out of this before it becomes too big to handle.
It's already become too big.
Has it?
Yes.
How many people actually truly know of our involvement in this situation?
Our names. Hell, I'm on a wanted list.
Well, yes, you are kind of the exception to this situation, but me and Christian are tangentially related to most of the action at this point.
At some point, you will get put on that wanted list. One moment.
Yeah,
You
don't
have
worry
the
about it.
phone call from Gerald. You're now on the wanted list.
Like just from some customer service rep, like, yes, this is customary phone call to inform you that you have been officially placed on a wanted list. We are legally
God.
obligated to inform.
Under European standards, we are legally obligated to inform you that we're putting you in a wanted list so that we are not prosecuted for murder.
We are legally required to inform you that there's a sniper.
We are legally required to inform you that a nuke is on its way to your location.
It was my dad saying
Right.
the food was ready. It's okay. Anyways.
I love that Jonathan just turned to Valerie and basically said, "Well, yes, you're fucked, but we aren't."
I'd like to think
Okay,
that
where
we
were
would
we?
I would like to think that we would need to see this all the way through. I don't think we can walk away from this early in the game. I know I can't. I can't leave Victoria just lost like this. I owe her for saving my life there.
Hold up, I'm getting mixed signals here. So this is already too big to handle, and yet we can't leave this early.
It's
Just how big is this going to get?
Who the fuck knows? We have to go and kill an archfey, technically.
Yep.
But if we don't, it means war.
I'm fairly certain with a lot of these high-profile targets, it's gonna mean war regardless.
We kill Gerald, it's war.
Well, we'll kill Gerald. It's an internal investigation that may lead to war. Best case scenario, Gerald's the only agent they've got anywhere near that high up. The matter cleans itself. Worst case, they've got someone higher up than him and we're fucked anyway.
So then staying put is the best option.
It would if we could keep the charade up eternally, but sooner or later Gerald's going to cotton on to something, and until then we need an actual plan, or to be the hell out of Dodge. Which is why leaving is still an option. Gerald won't suspect shit if there isn't anything to suspect. And right now he is what I consider my biggest threat. Gerald's the only reason I can't bring the full might of the Vanter Society down on any issues we encounter, because he is going to be watching anything I do like a fucking hawk, and until he stops doing that, I can't fully act. So either I get rid of him, or I get rid of this mission. And none of them are easy options.
I think getting rid of the mission is a better option.
Are you... I meant as in leave.
Oh. Leaving won't be an option because 100% Gerald is watching you.
Yes?
Even now.
Possibly. But the charade has, to the best of my knowledge at least, not fallen entirely yet. We play along a little more, then get ourselves reassigned elsewhere, he'll have bigger things to worry about. And again, if Gerald has already seen through the charade, it won't fucking matter what we do. We'll be fucked either way, but we'll be less fucked outside of his effective range.
So where do we go from here?
Now that is the question of the hour, isn't it?
I think we should wait and see where we can go then.
With the pace at which things are proceeding, wait and see hasn't really been an option since the start. I don't think the rest would appreciate us hanging back either. Any more than we're already doing, at least. There's not a day where I don't wish at least twice that I had never fucking taken this mission.
I'll admit I'm kind of glad that you did.
You're not exactly an unbiased source on the matter.
No, I'm not.
I can't imagine, like, sort of looking over at Christian that you're particularly glad to be here either.
Christian kind of takes a long draw of his cigarette and blows out. There are worse situations I could be in, to be honest. I'm kind of glad that the group's back together again.
There's always other people that could be here, but at this point inviting anybody else is a security risk.
Yeah, and we don't know if they're in Gerald's pockets or not.
Which we'll never know until this whole situation is over. But the longer I think about it, the more tempting it becomes to just find him somewhere and put a fucking bullet in his head and see just how many problems that solves.
I think for once I'm going to be voice of reason here, Jonathan, which is a total shock and out of character moment for me, but I don't think that's going to solve a lot of problems. I think that's going to rain hell on earth onto you and in tangent Valerie and in tangent even me. The chances of us walking in there without cameras seeing us is slim to none. Plus, we don't even know where Gerald is. And two, if he's on to our charade, which I'm even thinking that he is, there is a high suspect of us not coming out of there alive. Plus, going in it alone, which I assume you're not thinking of doing. I don't think you're that unintelligent there. You will not be able to fight him by yourself. One, even though you're good, you're not Gerald good. And 2, if you try bringing any of us in there, I know, vote of confidence. If you try bringing any of us there, more people, more likelihood to be seen, which means he gets the upper hand, which means we get arrested before we even get close to him. Because he's not going to come alone. He might say he will, but he won't.
I was never proposing we kill him in his fucking office. I'm not an idiot.
Even if we try
Like,
to get him at his...
He does leave the thing often enough, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has that bitch he fucks every once in a while.
Eloquent as ever.
You're welcome.
The fuck?
Yeah. Though, if, as you suspect, Gerald has in fact seen through this charade we have been putting up, why are we still here?
Because
we've already talked about it. He has the means to, if not make our lives very difficult, end them entirely, and yet he has not. So why, if he is onto us, is he letting us continue?
that is a good question.
See, if I was Gerald for some god's forsaken reason, and I had agents of our caliber involved in a group that is counter to my own interests, and I had, as has already been established, the means to feasibly make their lives more difficult and or kill them, I would either just implicate them in some bogus plot or have them killed and frame it on the rest of their group to make their lives more difficult. Yet I've not even noticed so much as an attempt of either. Most of the fighting we've gotten into is our own damn fault.
Maybe that's
No,
what
I
he
don't
wants us
think-
to do.
Gerald's not an idiot, but he's also not a chess player for the most part. He doesn't really think in patterns like that. Entirely out of character for him to make that many assumptions about us. But then again, do I actually know him?
True. Do either of us know him?
But down that road lies paranoia, and that doesn't help us get anything done either. You starting to feel the same headache I am?
Yes. I think I need a drink.
Well, that's an excellent time for Ian's message to arrive.
Ian's message arrives.
Donovan just lazily pulls out the phone and checks the message. Well, the gods have answered your prayers. We are summoned back to the club. Well, not summoned. They're asking where we are, but at this point I'm running out of good excuses, so Will stubs out his cigarette.
Christian will do the same stretching, and so will Valerie, just shaking her head. Before we go to talk to them, I owe you both a drink. I think
Jonathan can just answer to Ian of like, yeah, we're heading back. We're stopping at the bar first, though.
And the group of you head off, heading up the stairs and towards Club Euphoria. However, back to the Whitewood residence. Before we continue on, though, we are going to take a break. I think everyone needs it after the great fucking RP we have had today's session. Holy shit! Envy, fucking keys, Violet and Owen, and Jonathan.
Damn!
Holy fucking
Oh my god, you guys!
shit!
You guys!
You
Holy
guys are
shit.
doing mag fucking niscent. Holy shit!
Magnificent?
magnificent.
Magnificent.
Magnificent,
I
yes.
have had such bad
We need a
English
meme.
problems today.
Oh
You
man.
mean this year?
Just the session. The
I'm
session's
sorry,
been
did it ever
hard.
start?
Oh lord.
This session's
Oh
been
my
rough.
God.
This one's been a doozy. Holy crap.
Lots of lore dumps
God.
today.
Character development.
Spoopy.
All right.
Zeta, I am
Do
so
I-
glad that you let me do that. I was perfect.
Yes, that was
That was-
fantastic.
That was really cool,
Oh,
guys.
God.
I
no guts
kind of
now.
appreciated just the silent solidarity of the hunters in that moment, where Drum just sort of walks up to Owen's shoulder, Owen just says, "Let's go," and they just leave.
That was perfect.
That was awesome.
Like, there's just no unnecessary words exchanged, just...
Shit, do I almost want to grab my whiskey right now. Holy shit.
I almost. No, I'm not going to grab a drink.
No,
I could
I'm not
join
either.
you in
but
whiskey.
yeah.
Perhaps after session.
Yeah.
I've got some shooters of a kind of shitty whiskey.
Oh no, it's gonna be a mixed drink
Oh.
for me, but yeah. Holy shit. Alright, I'll be right back.
We've had it for months. I need to get rid of it.
Yeah, I hear that.
I thought you don't
Nasty.
like whiskey, though.
I
what
don't.
What are the stats on Anwin's gun?
I would imagine a gun.
Gun?
Yeah,
Done.
she left her gun behind. And I'm not intending on leaving perfect evidence that would trace back to Anwin at the scene of... So I've got to take everything with her. So, Nessie, what are the stats on Anwin's gun? The silence. I have not been answered.
Nessie might also be taking a break.
Fine,
Did
I'll
say
go
something
for-
about getting a message about food, so
I will. Yeah, she's not carrying a gun in her inventory on the character sheet it was given, so. Or anything that would be a gun substitute.
On a fun conversation between me and Jonathan and Valerie, about why Jonathan should continue to be a character in this game.
I just love that Jonathan gives no fucks and wants this to be done with.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, what's his personal investment? Like, everyone has personal investment here to a degree, almost everyone. But, like, what's his personal investment?
The smoke breaks.
Yeah, well, like,
Smoke breaks are
Probably-
the investment.
you probably get more of those outside of the group.
well
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of burning right now.
mm,
I'm burning alive.
I'm
Turn on your
sitting,
fan.
I'm
If you
sitting
have
with the
one.
window open and I had to turn off the lights
That
to
is
stop
the only
moths
fan that I
coming
have,
through.
babe.
Yeah, there's not much you can do else. I am in the same situation. I am burning. I have been since I got back. That fan has not been turned off.
I am actually kind of lucky. I am on the ground floor and cold air sinks, so I don't even have to turn on my AC most of the time. At least not so far. But
I'm
if
on the top floor.
yeah, no,
How's
if the weather keeps getting hotter though, I'm gonna have to turn it on because it's
Houses
getting
here
crazy.
are built like hot boxes. There are no
Oh.
fans. There are no air conditioning. The only method of cooling I have is opening the window.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm
That's from
blessed
what I understand.
with this sort of state of existence known as it fucking cold.
Lucky bitch!
It
Lucky
fucking cold.
bastard!
So not
Lucky
only does my
bastard.
not only is the main source of heat in my room my fucking PC, if I open the window overnight, next
You
day room's
lucky
cool.
asshole. Oh my god. Hold on.
Yeah, we couldn't see that.
You lucky
Celsius?
Celsius.
Yeah, I was sort of assumed because that was Fahrenheit.
Hmm.
If that
It
was
is
Fahrenheit,
cold, but only cold on the grounds that it is currently nighttime.
It is
Ah.
28 C.
Yeah, I'm hitting a 20 in the next week. That's sort of the highest it gets.
And-
I love Zapfina just kind of like,
Hang on.
Did you
No,
just
no, no,
kill
no.
Zeta?
It was worse earlier this week.
Mm.
Earlier this week. Hang on. Let me pull up the Celsius to Fahrenheit converter.
I'm just gonna say it. We're supposed to potentially get up into the 90s, if not possibly 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
oh,
Sometime
It was
this
38
week.
C here yesterday.
That's hotter than it has ever been in my country.
that is sweat in.
Yes. If I'm not on camera, this shirt is not on
We know.
I mean,
because I burn.
oh god, it's supposed to get
And
up to
alcohol and
32
drinks,
next week.
guys.
Booze!
Booze.
Hang on, let me go grab mine.
I am going to be joining the
Same.
drinking festivities, but I will not
Hell
be
yeah,
drinking
hang on.
as a DM. I need to have some. I need to have some.
Professionalism.
I did,
My
however, grab an
camera has
orange.
defocused. There we go.
Your camera went to burr.
Ugh.
So Nessia, what are the stats on Anwin's gun? I need to know because I do not want to leave any Anwin evidence behind.
Let me get it for you. I have it. I need to find it
This
first.
Dragon bringing out the alcohol.
I'm not
So
gonna drink too
soon
much of
I
it
will be the
during game, but
only,
I'm mixing the drink
Anwin
now,
left.
so.
Again, I have the alcohol, but I'm not bringing it out for established reasons.
No, my plan is to have a sip or two now while we're on break, calm the nerves, and then get back to, and then finish the drink later. So
I got all of my nerves out during that first part.
I'm so happy everything's going well.
oh wow.
oh god, that was awesome. I need more opportunities to do that.
Yeah. Well,
Not snap, but have that kind of RP.
I gotta have a fun in-character moment where I get to actually just have a conversation with the DM through the character.
I don't like these,
Hmm?
but they've been in the house for about 6 months.
What are
OMG,
they?
They're legitimately what I have.
They are shooters of whiskey.
I have shooters of Long
Ah.
Island iced tea and peach margarita.
Nice.
That last one, good choice.
That sounds really good.
You like
actually.
Long Island's?
I love Long Island.
I'm so
Isn't that-
sorry.
Isn't that what I bought you when I was out for the
Mhm.
week after your birthday? Yeah, I bought Nessie a Long Island iced tea, and I'll
Yeah.
do it
Question.
again.
Rogue.
Huh?
Frog.
Frog.
Frog?
Any
it-
frog.
A
Frog.
bunch of edible frogs.
I mean, I had sour gummy worms, so.
Not frogs that are edibles, mind you.
Yeah, no, just candy frogs.
Boring frogs. I can't.
I have more. I have peaches too.
Ah, okay.
Yee.
Just a duplicate of my gun. Okay. I can dual wield now.
You
Water
can.
bottles.
I still have all of these
Oh god.
What's those?
because the
What's that?
drug test still hasn't happened.
Well, they're there when.
Thank you
they're
again,
there.
Dragon.
Of course, I said I would, and I do try to keep my promises. I may have gifted Axo something he wanted. We will not
This is-
say it here because we are
We
on
will not
stream.
say that it is.
So
I think I can tell. Just
there
Yeah.
you go.
There you
Special
go.
things.
There you go.
Fun things.
Special
Special
things. Fun
things.
things. Fun things that
Okay,
just happen
just-
to taste good.
one more reason to come to Europe.
Anywho's, is everyone ready to continue?
No, but let's do it anyway.
Is
Yeah,
Pika
time
still awake
to
in
get
case we
drunk
need her?
in character.
I am
No.
still here.
Hooray!
going.
Pika!
Pika bean.
I am
Right, I
now
go on mute.
ready.
Okay,
I've updated
have-
my character sheet items.
I have had my few sips of whiskey and cherry coke. I'm good.
Anywho's.
I'm not touching this till after.
Yes, I'm not touching my alcohol till afterwards.
Nope, I am done until after. I just needed.
Hello, Athena.
I am having a beer right now, and that is all.
That is fair. I do not currently have any beer or cider or anything lighter than whiskey, so.
Anyways.
That almost rhymed.
Anyway, back to the campaign.
Thanks for that.
Owen, after a few minutes, the house gets quiet. You just hear a few sniffles from Chloe as she sits next to you, holding to you tightly. You hear the wind start to slightly pick up as you watch as the sun begins to set even more, as stars start to appear out in the sky. What do you do?
Chloe, can you
Chloe.
can you wait here in the kitchen? There's something I need to check in one of the other rooms.
Of course, I will.
And I'm going to go and... It was Anwin's bedroom I saw in the dream, right?
Roll me a history check.
Knew I should have written it down. Can't say a plus. 19.
JH, this is why we cannot let you cook.
Anywho's, with a 19, you remember it being under a floorboard next to her bed in her room.
Yes, I remember the under a floorboard part was the room that was the question. So anyway, I'm going to go to Chloe's room. Not Chloe's room, Anwin's room.
Now you got Chloe on the brain.
Freudian flip. Freudian flip.
Clip that.
Someone clip it.
The best part is that they can't see the chat
no.
here. So.
I'm sorry,
Unclip.
Nessie, I'm
I'm
breaking
clipping.
my promise, but oh my god.
I'm clipping it.
All of
You
us
have
need
no idea.
Cheers, I'll drink to that, bro!
I'll cheers.
Anyways, you head to Anwin's room, going up the familial steps of your home, aware of where you're headed, kind of listening for anything around you as you walk up to the second floor. And you look around and you see the doors opened wide. First, you come to your parents' bedrooms, untouched from when you last remembered them. Then to your room, again, barely untouched. As you head down the hallway, you step towards your sister's room, and stepping through the door, you see again a very untouched room from where you remember. You see her bed covered in dust, the blankets rifled around like when you were last here, things open and taken out of the various drawers, and the desk kind of scratched up and slightly broken. The room looks like it has been sitting quiet and silent for many, many months. What do you do?
I'm immediately going to head to the floorboard that was... I don't remember if the floorboard was misplaced in the dream or if it just wasn't there, but that floorboard.
As you head to the side of her bed that is kind of away from the door, you see the floorboard is missing. As the room seems relatively untouched.
I'm going to look in underneath the floorboard.
You look in and it's quite dark. You don't quite see anything. Also, it is very dark in the room.
I would have a torch on my phone.
Yes, you would.
I turn that on and look in.
You see a black book underneath a pile of like almost straw inside this little cavity underneath the floor.
Can I reach in and pick it up?
As you pick it up, are you what sort of cleric are you?
Life domain.
Lawful good?
Yep.
Okay. As you touch it, you feel a dark, foreboding feeling coming from the book as you pick it up. And you kind of turn to the first page and you see Diary of Anwin Whitewood.
Okay. I'm not going to read that right here and now. I'm going to put that away and I'm going to read it between sessions. So
Okay. I'll make sure to get you any interesting tips out of it.
very well. I'm also going to have a look at the blank letter I was given just to see if the place does anything to that.
As you open the letter, it's still blank.
Well, guess I'll put that away again. I'm finished in Anwin's room, but before I go back to the kitchen, I'm going to just grab a family photo of everyone together.
As you head down the stairs, you kind of look into the living room, and on the mantle, you see the most recent photo of your family. It was on a beach trip that you remember having a lot of fun at. Your father has his arms both around you and your mother, and Anwin is kind of on the end, hugging you.
I'm gonna put that away in my pocket.
As you open up the frame of it, pulling out the actual family photo, you see something drop from behind the family photo.
Oh. I'll see what that is then.
As you lift it up, you see it's a card. And when you open it up, it is the photo of when your parents got married. It was a card that was sent to them by one of their close friends. In the card, it states, "With love from your friend, Dylan Shepard."
Excuse the hell out of me.
What? Wait, what?
Holy shit.
And no one hasn't been present for any of the other Dylan Shepard stuff, so this is like...
Oh.
This means a lot more out of character than it does in character.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, has Owen made the connection yet?
No, I have not been around for any of the Dylan Shepard stuff. All
Oh,
I've got
right.
to go on here is this is a person with the surname Shepard.
Which at this point you would know what Violet's name is.
Well, yeah, but Shepard is not
Yeah,
exactly
but
a
Shepard's
rare
pretty
last
common
name,
name.
is it?
Hmm.
I'm gonna pocket the wedding photo, but only on the basis that it is the wedding photo. I feel like Mother would like that. And once everything is pocketed, I'm going to return to Chloe.
You see Chloe just kind of leaning up against the counters a bit, just kind of tapping her foot slightly, and you can see she's looking at her phone.
Is something wrong?
Well, one, Ian is looking for us. He sent a text out. He's concerned about you. And then I received another text. They're calling me back to the Hunter Society. Apparently it's urgent.
You can go. I'll stay around for a little bit.
You sure?
I'm sure. I'm going to kiss her goodbye.
She'll kiss you back and then give you a tight hug and then head out.
Once Chloe has left, once I've given her enough time to just get away, I'm going to burn the house down to just get rid of any evidence that they could trace back to Anwin.
How are you going to do this?
I didn't think about the how. I didn't think about the how.
Do they have liquor in the house left?
Do we?
I would allow you to roll me, I would say insight for this. Insight or investigation.
I'm pretty sure they're the same for... No, insight is a +8. A 19.
As you kind of think about it and you kind of search around, you find a few old, I think they're called jerry cans of, thank you, of fuel in the garage.
Okay.
Which fuel it matters.
The flammable kind. Let's just move on.
Is it diesel or is it leaded gasoline? Or...
You know,
Oh my
starting
god,
a fire
you
isn't just that
guys.
simple. You need a
Guys,
fire starter, you need a
guys.
fire...
Shush.
It is the stuff that you use to fill your gas tank.
I'll pour that around, and given that I apparently hang around a group of smokers, I don't think it's a stretch to say I have a lighter.
No, it is not.
I just let it light up and leave.
You light it up. Within seconds, within minutes, it turns into a ball of flame. You walk away from it.
I have soundboard perms.
Don't.
You should not have said ball of flame. Okay?
Don't do it.
Fireball.
All of us go
I
into
thought
it.
I was the only one
All
who
of
had
us.
that perm here.
Nope,
No.
you gave it to me at some
I gave it to JH
Yeah.
at some point
Why?
because we can trust.
why?
Why not?
We can trust JH. Anywho's, all of you, or I should say, Owen, you walk away from this, heading and finding a cab to take yourself back to Club Euphoria, where you know your friends are waiting for you. However, the Three Stooges, as you are so
The Three Stooges.
so nicely named,
Oh.
yeah, because all of you guys are still there. I had to remove you. Now the question is, if I do Control V, aha, it works.
There we go.
I thought it was going to work. It worked. It doesn't always work, okay? The three of you make it back to Club Euphoria. You enter the familial. Why am I saying familial? Familiar.
Where
Where the fuck did Jonathan go away?
Where did Christian go away?
Christian is still. Where did Jonathan? Ah, there he is.
There we
Oh,
go.
there he is.
Yeah, for whatever
Teleports
reason.
in.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. You see the familial.
Nessie!
The familiar red carpeted halls as you enter Club Euphoria. It seems unusually quiet. However, this is a day that usually there is no one here. And also recently, Club Euphoria has been getting less and less activity. As something to give a little tidbit, you heard on the side the two attendees talking about as you entered that Liam has recently cut back hours for the club.
Well, time for some relaxation after the familial drama.
Oh, God.
We're gonna pause right here real
Okay.
quick. I have to go use the restroom. My stomach. My stomach is angry.
Oh, no. Just a small
Just
Hold on a second. I gotta do a funny. There we go.
at this point, we are, after all, quite familiar with familial drama in this.
I think we are.
Looking respectfully.
The whole
Looking
story is
respectfully.
The whole story is just familial drama.
Dragon. You have permission.
I am aware, but I am also a respectful dragon.
That was a really bad
Don't be.
Here.
Freudian slip I made earlier.
It led to a lot of
I
fun.
didn't even hear.
It was
okay.
funny.
Okay,
What's happening?
hold on. Luka, Axo,
Yes.
in response to your comment.
Is that binoculars?
Hold up,
Yeah.
I need to.
Exactly.
I just had like train of thought.
Oh
Let me
God!
continue.
Now I'm. I laughed too much. And now I'm warm.
I'm warm too, but I don't have a shirt on underneath this, so.
Heyo.
No, love.
Dragon, well, now, in order to make this meme fully funny, you need to put on sunglasses. Right, now look at the chat.
Also,
That took
love,
far too much effort.
We kind of just got a face full of your ass.
I am well aware. I was trying to open my window.
You can now see Axo in my sunglasses.
I can also see the reflection of your sunglasses in the reflection of your sunglasses in you.
That's funny shit.
God,
God,
that's a mess.
I love it here. I love it here.
This is what happens when Nessie runs away.
I love my
Chaos.
sunglasses because they're like perfectly on the eyebrow line, which means I can do this.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome
So,
back.
Anywho's. Oh my god.
Shit happened.
I can tell. Anywho's. Jonathan, you, Christian, and Valerie walk into the club. You all want to go get a drink first. You guys head into the club area where drinks are served. You all sit down and you see a quite stout man come over to you. As he's cleaning a drink glass, he looks over at the group of you. What can I get you?
I hope you don't expect me to order an actual alcoholic drink because I wouldn't even know where to start.
What kind of cocktails do you like, JH?
What is a cocktail?
You disappoint me, sir.
I feel...
Where would I find? I don't go out. I drink alcohol in this room and nowhere else. Like,
What do you drink? You drink usually a mixed drink. You usually drink a hard alcohol with
What
like
do
a...
you put in your Coke?
rum.
So you want a rum and Coke?
Yeah, but I don't know. Does Jonathan? I'm not Jonathan. Like,
Make it easy on yourself.
You're the one who created Jonathan, my
Yeah, but
dude.
You're the one
I
who made
can't give
Jonathan
him-
very similar to yourself.
I can't give him knowledge I do not possess myself.
Knowledge of rum and coke?
No, of other drinks.
Oh my
Here, hang
god.
on.
other
Hang
than
on.
rum and Coke.
Give me a general flavor profile and I will make you your cocktail.
Fuck it. Just make it rum and coke. I guess I can't be fucked.
You order a rum and Coke, and the other two follow. Christian takes a sip. Then Valerie takes a sip. And of course, you are given your drink and you take a sip. All
Oh,
of
fuck,
you
Jage.
able to relax, finally drinking for the first time since you began this mission.
Oh, there goes that plan.
That plan did not work well, did it?
I was worth it.
Do you guys discuss anything else?
Well, not at the fucking bar, we don't.
Okay. So you just...
silent commiseration. We've all that need be said has already been said. So we all know why we're here.
drinking and commiserating with one another.
Yep.
After you guys drink your first drink, do you guys choose to drink another one? How many do you choose to drink?
I don't know. What's Jonah's alcohol tolerance? Probably more than mine, right?
I feel like Jonathan has a good alcohol tolerance. I would say like 3 or 4 drinks, he would start feeling tipsy.
Jonathan has a +3 to Constitution, so I'm just going to assume that he has good alcohol tolerance.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna say, because it's +3, that he has 3 drinks throughout the evening. What does Christian have?
What does Valerie have?
You get to check Valerie. I don't have her sheet. Christian has a +1 to Constitution, which means if he takes 1 more fucking drink, by my own rule of thumb, he's gonna start feeling it.
He will have another drink along with you. He will keep up with you. Valerie keeps up along with you pretty well. After the second drink, you don't see much change in her. However, roll a Constitution saving throw for Christian.
Right. He has +1. That's fairly easy to remember. Let's see. On that 20, he nailed this.
He nails this. He drinks the second one.
Like willpower.
Pure willpowers it. Shit has happened, and he is tired.
The alcohol is an afterthought at this point.
Yes. The group of you continue to drink with no cares in the world. However, after a little bit, Owen, do you decide to take a cab or do you walk? To Club Euphoria.
How far is it?
It's quite a distance.
Well, we already established I was getting a taxi most of the way, so...
Okay. You take your cab, they drop you off near the doors of Club Euphoria. At this point, about 30 minutes have passed since you left the house that you decided to burn down. And at this point, Jonathan, enough time has passed where you are on your 3rd drink. I'm going to need all 3 of you to roll me a Constitution saving throw. Christian at disadvantage.
Alright, this first is for Jonathan, who rolls a 15.
Okay.
Christian, first roll, 14. Second roll, that was a mistype. 12. So Christian gets a 12.
Okay. All of those pass. However, you see Christian is starting to get a little bit tipsy as he drinks his 3rd drink. You can tell Valerie, her skin is slightly flushed, but you can't tell if it's the red lights in this room and or her cheeks becoming pink. Oh my gosh, today English is my I am suffering today. The bartender offers you all another round. Christian kind of puts his arm around you. Come on, buddy. How often do we get to drink like this? Besides, I only consider us on the job right now.
Unfortunately for you, I do.
One more? Hell, Valerie's paying for this.
Like sort of a look going, aye.
Valerie puts some money up for the 4th round.
Sort of just a deep breath signifying, fine.
You guys start to sip on your 4th round.
Yeah, but taking this time, like at this point, right? This is the last round.
This is the last round. At this moment, Owen, you would be passing by the door enough to see the backs of a few of your familiar hunters. I can't today.
we doing?
You see them, you even see Jonathan lift a glass up to his lips and drink it from where he's sitting, and you see Valerie kind of laughing at the group of them as she kind of puts money forward to drink, and they have like little taster snacks in front of them. You see Christian kind of laughing at something that he had said earlier, and Jonathan just shaking his head, but it seems like they are drinking.
I feel like Owen's assumption would be that I've arrived late. They've clearly already finished their debriefing and everything and are off duty at the moment, so I'm just going to continue going up.
Okay. You head upstairs to the rest of the group. Heading upstairs, you walk the 2 flights of stairs till you get outside of, if it would load, outside the room where you would assume the group might be.
I shall knock on the door.
Everyone, you hear a knock on the door.
Fuck it, Violet will push the cat off of her lap and go open it.
Will the cat let you?
She's gonna.
Violet, you open the door, and you see Owen standing right there.
Upon seeing Violet, Owen will just say, I'll come back later.
No. No. Come on in.
Owen will hesitate at first, but he will walk through the door.
Okay. Violet, do you stand there, or do you let him pass?
I let him pass.
You close the door, and all of you see Owen standing there. His arm doesn't seem to be bleeding anymore, but he's still kind of disheveled from everything that had happened. Everyone can roll me a perception check that's in the room.
Perception.
Can I roll the perception check just for fun?
You're not here.
Yeah, I want to roll it anyway.
You get severe disadvantage because you're
Dirty.
drunk.
I just
Okay.
wanted to roll the dice.
And when he's busy petting the cat,
rolling
so he cannot.
Fine,
for-
I'll roll my own d20.
Rolling for Silric now.
If JH somehow gets nat 20 through his disadvantage.
Double nat
You
20
need
would be
double
fucking
nat 20.
legendary.
Silric doesn't notice a thing, but Neraina gets a 17, so...
Nat 1. Nat 1.
Oh!
Violet got a dirty 20, and Caleb got a 13.
JH vaguely hears an illusion of Owen's voice somewhere else.
Just getting haunted.
At this point. Anyone with a 15 or better, Violet, you especially being as close as you are to Owen, as he passes by, his eyes are puffy and red. However, also, anyone with a 20 or better would notice that Chloe is not with him.
Really? That takes a 20 to notice Chloe's missing?
To be honest, I thought the check was over. Does Owen smell like fuel?
However, I will give that to you,
Ow.
Luka, or I should say Violet, because you are standing so close to him. He smells like fuel. and you can kind of see some of his clothes are kind of stained dark, like he was in some sort of greasy area. Like his hands are kind of that familiar you know when you work with cars and you like go to wipe the oil stick, you kind of get oil and grease on your hands. That's what it looks like.
She'll kind of look at that, look up at him, and just in a low voice, "Can I speak to you alone after we're done here?"
Depends what you have to say.
I owe you an apology.
One will not.
All right. She'll give him space, go back to her cat, pick up Tanwin, throw him away, and then grab the cat.
Oi,
Tanwin, roll me a dexterity
Get tossed,
saving
idiot.
throw.
can I also get advantage as I have wings?
No.
Get tossed.
Okay. Dexterity, okay, +2.
What? Hello? Damn it!
Not 20. You
Oh!
are not. I am not being removed from the cat.
No, you get lifted up and tossed, however you're able to catch yourself in the air before landing. You're kind of floating over
You're saying
here.
I would have taken damage if I hadn't.
Correct.
Yep,
Okay,
you would've
can I
gotten
have a
tossed
nat
into the wall.
20 with the dexterity? Can I have that being I'm able to immediately recover and fly straight back onto the cat?
No.
Aww.
My cat.
Well, I on that 20.
My cat.
Anyways.
Our cat.
You said anyone with a like Violet and Neraina and possibly someone would notice that Owen's eyes are red and puffy,
Yes.
but only Violet noticed that he smells like fuel.
Yes, fuel, as well as noticed that Chloe is not with him. Too many fucking names. Everyone is silent in the room, Owen, as you enter. However, after a little bit, as you enter more thoroughly into the room, Ian comes over to you and puts a hand kind of on your back. We're kind of trying to plan out what our next steps are. Where we plan to go after this. I messaged Jonathan and Christian and Valerie also. They said, I believe that they're on their way.
They haven't already come up here?
No.
Not what he said.
No, it's just been us.
Yeah.
I saw them downstairs. I thought they'd already been dismissed.
No.
What
We've
are
all
they?
just been up here talking.
What are they doing downstairs?
Just kind of drinking, having a fun time, which I dare say they need, but I assumed they'd already come up here.
No.
No.
Although I'd argue that let them have their drinks.
They'll
God, no, I think we can all use one.
Neraina pulls out of her daiquiri flask, takes a swig, and offers and kind of gestures with it toward Violet.
Oh, you are truly a lifesaver, Neraina, and she'll
He's
just
going
down
and
some
we're.
of it.
How far away are we actually at the moment? Like, 'cause-
I got mage
Oh, yeah,
hand.
Okay.
Get this
Neraina
here.
she'll kind of offer to start to try and toss it, and then mage hand like.
Yoink.
Does this qualify as inappropriate use of the mage hand spells?
No,
technically.
just oh.
Arrow
you
is
pick
going to
things up.
step
You know,
out.
you know the
first.
best part about that, Violet? You can drink as much as you want. It'll refill itself.
Vi will kind of follow you, Caro.
The liver final boss.
I'm not gonna destroy my liver, thank you very much. I kind of need that. And then she'll hand it back to her.
I've also got dwarvish whiskey if anyone wants that instead.
After last time,
The
It's good
optional boss.
shit. It's good shit.
it's good shit, but like
Golbrecht never
come on,
has
Neraina.
anything but the best when she'll look at it around the room and see if anyone's gonna take her up on the offer for either flask.
Caleb just kind of raises his hand as to say no. You see Valerie and Liam are kind of in a conversation, just kind of they seem to be talking to each other kind of in the corner. After a while, the hunters downstairs start to finish. However, the three of you must roll me one more Constitution saving throw. This time, all at disadvantage.
Come on, you get to roll for Valerie
Uh-oh.
because I still have a stat sheet. 5. That's gonna be Jonathan's roll. I don't think I even need a second one there.
No, you could
Oh.
still get a nat 1. You could.
No.
You get a drunk Jonathan.
Everyone's hammered.
Yeah,
Everyone's
that's 5 and a
hammered.
6 on Christian and Jonathan.
I'd like to point out, Christian rolled the highest.
Oh. You're all
Fine.
drunk.
They're all wasted. Wonderful.
At this point, Valerie kind of steps in the center of you, slightly slurring her words. And the two of you kind of she kind of holds you kind of both up as the three of you head upstairs, stumbling slightly as you head.
Someone Jonathan's just gonna go like, sort of looking at Valerie. This is your fault.
She responds, I am happy I did it. You needed to let loose, Jonathan. This was the only option.
I don't think Jonathan's the happy drunk type, but
The three of you kind of sway up the stairs, sometimes stumbling into together into a wall, kind of laughing at each other as you guys climb the stairs very sloppily, holding on and going all the way up to the top floor.
well, I'd say at this point Jonathan is probably still lucid enough to realize that going to bed is an excellent idea right about now.
So, do you lead the charge?
What? Where? To the bedroom?
Which bedroom? Recently, you have been sharing a bedroom with Valerie.
No, I don't think. Like again, if considering that all of us failed our Constitution checks, which means we're all mostly wasted at this point. Tell me they're not just dropping into bed fully clothed.
Pretty much.
So it doesn't really matter where they do it. Christian had his room with Ian, so he probably knows where to go. And
Yeah. Christian kind of breaks off from the two of you, waving goodbye, stumbling his way down the hall. And I need everyone who is in the other room to make me perception checks.
Okay, let's see if I'm aware.
21 for Neraina.
what's
You are
the
far
DC
in the
on this
room,
one's
too.
question? 'Cause
And
how
12
loud
for
could they
Silric.
possibly be? They're still trained
13
hunters.
for Violet.
But you're
Dirty
drunk.
20.
Well, yeah, but training doesn't vanish because you're drunk. It just gets less refined.
Oof.
Okay, what's
perception you said?
Caleb?
Perception, yes.
And 16 for Caleb.
Again, a
13 and
6. Okay,
16.
I am busy stroking the cat yet again.
You are buried under the cat.
I'm not under the cat,
Anyone
I'm on the cat.
20 and above, you
Hey.
hear as a thump comes outside the room, And then all of a sudden, anyone closest to the door hears Christian's voice say, "Ow." And then you hear a door shut, almost slamming behind him.
Looks at Owen. I think they might have had too much.
Christian didn't exactly, I didn't exactly peg Christian as a lightweight.
No.
I'm sure the others will be fine.
But
Ian
Neraina just
operating
raises
on
her
previous
eyebrows at
assumption.
him like,
Ian sighs.
Okay,
I'll go check on Christian later. We're sharing a room anyway.
alright. Ask
Well, you
him
did
how
ask-
much he drank, because I'm under the assumption that they only had like a couple.
on the off chance that they are not sober enough to have a chat, do we just want to call it a night, maybe? I'll come back to this with clearer heads. Or do we want to go try and find Jonathan and have a chat?
If he's as bad as Christian,
At that, Silric kind of smirks. Isn't Valerie sharing a room with him?
oh,
Let's...
my.
Oh wait, I'm not there.
You would hear this from the
uh,
door. Because the door's open.
Silric, I don't think we should assume.
Not our business.
Neraina kind of looks at him, thinks for a sec, goes red, and smacks his chest like, you.
Ow!
Like, not hard, but enough to. You just.
He feigns like it hurting. Then one of you go check on him. Which one of you is a better friend of his?
I don't think he considers any of us friends other than Owen.
I smoke with him. I can check on.
JH.
You're not allowed to text.
I have a cat in my lap. I am not texting anybody.
So, Caro, you walk over to their room. Do you knock or try to open up the door?
I'm knocking. Who do you think I am?
You knock.
Who's more wasted, Valerie or Jonathan?
Valerie rolled a 4.
Right, so Valerie. So it's probably gonna be Jonathan who answers with "fuck off."
Roll
Making
me
sure-
a perception check.
Who?
Me?
Caro.
Or, yeah. 18.
You would hear him kind of mumble something.
Y'all okay in there?
No, Jonathan's slightly more articulate, like more pronounced. Fuck off.
I'll take that as a yes.
You hear a little bit of rustling in the room.
Oh.
Not my business. I am fucking off. As requested.
In reality, Jonathan, you see Valerie kind of shimmy her boots off, and then she kind of just plops backwards, her head kind of next to yours on the bed, as you guys are she is sleeping one direction, and you are kind of sleeping the other direction, so your heads are like next to each other. Your legs are kind of off the side. I can draw it if you need to.
No, I don't think I need to understand the exact geometry. Not exactly relevant, is it?
No. as you come back, Caro, Ian kind of looks at you. Are they okay?
Given how vehemently he told me to fuck off, I would say so.
Not my business. Not my circus, not my monkeys.
I can only assume he is rather drunk.
I don't think
I would
I've
say so.
ever seen Jonathan drunk. Huh.
I don't think he wants company.
Well, he's certainly in company.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ian just kind of snorts.
Oh my god, Ian, no. You have, I swear, no. I didn't mean it like that. Fuck!
Silric is kind of biting his lip, trying to keep quiet.
Neraina's just kind of looking at him, looking around, kind of idly rubbing the spot that she smacked because she actually thinks she might have hurt him.
Is Caleb
Is
doing anything?
Everything about procreation.
Caleb is just kind of twiddling his thumbs, trying not to laugh.
Caleb.
Neraina
Caleb,
will
don't you fucking do
suddenly,
it.
Neraina will
Don't
suddenly
you
go,
fucking do it.
oh, and bury her face back in Silric's shoulder.
Hanwin is just
You immature
face-palming.
fucks.
Hey, I didn't mean anything by it.
humans.
Fuck off.
Jonathan needs to get laid
Hey.
every once in a while, and that's what Silric
We
says.
all do.
Says the Coven of Lust gal.
Oi. Ex
Sort of
Coven
like
of Lust
psychically
gal,
in the
you
other
bitch,
room,
get
just
it
sort of
right.
glares at thin air.
If Violet was still with the Coven, she wouldn't be standing here.
No, as you'd like to say, you enjoy torturing witches, don't you?
Oh, you'd be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
What a day.
You're telling me... Hey, Caro, you got an extra cigarette?
Sure.
Can I have my flask back, please?
Oh, she'll toss it to her.
Silric will go to catch it, and he'll take a large swig before handing it back to you, Neraina.
Neraina will take another swig too and then put it away.
I think I need a long shower, and then a long rest. That's it at this point. Silric just says, we
That
can
sounds
talk
good,
about this in the
actually.
morning when the hunters are not hammered.
Well, 3/5 of them?
Sure. Because we're gonna get
mean, unless you-
nowhere without them.
Yeah.
Neraina's gonna untangle her or get herself out of Silric's lap, kind of stretch for a second, say, "Cool, I'm gonna go find one of the rooms we've got here, preferably the one we're sharing. I don't remember which one it is right now."
I do.
Good.
He'll groan standing up and then walk you over to the bedroom. The both of you.
Before they leave, Neraina's gonna stop, and look at Owen and go, "I'm glad you're back, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." And then walk with Silric out. Unless Owen says something to her, but
No, Owen wouldn't respond.
okay.
I think Violet will kind of put her hand on Caleb's shoulder. Hey, love, do you mind if I borrow our room for a sec so I can talk to Owen?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll stay here with Fleabag and the cat.
Excuse me.
If you don't mind, I'd like to take the cat with me. I think I need the emotional support.
Okay. Then I'll keep the Fleabag here.
Okay, thank you. I don't need that.
Damn.
You're welcome.
And she will pick
Caleb,
Astra
I
up
will
and put her
shrink you.
around.
Try me,
What was that?
bitch. Try me.
Ooh. Boys,
Out of
don't
Cashew,
fight.
you're lucky my Windows installation is restarting.
I think in character Violet will just be like, boys, don't fucking start. I will murder the both of you.
Ian kind of picks you up, Tanwyn, by the scruff and puts you on his shoulder.
I'm a foot and a half. I'm not that easy to pick up.
You're a pixie.
You're a pixie.
I'm a
Anyway.
sprite. I'm larger than that.
Anyway, the Violet will pick Astra up and kind of put her around her shoulders like a scarf. And then hug both of her parents.
As you go to leave, Victoria speaks up. They can both stay in this room. It's kind of a spare anyway, and I have a meeting to attend with Liam.
I owe you one, Victoria. Thank you.
Of course.
Well, Violet will give Astra a scratch, look up at Owen. Shall we?
You lead the way.
She will lead the way.
The two of you head over to the spare bedroom that you were offered, Violet. Both Caleb and Tanwyn kind of sit out in the hallway waiting for you guys to finish your conversation, while the three other of you stay inside, closing the door. After a little bit, Vi looks up at you, Caro. Shall we go to sleep too? I'm exhausted. Oh, he is gone. I'll move them into their bedroom too.
Heck.
Keck.
I love that Nessie's just playing Dollhouse of the icons.
I am
She
playing. I am
is.
literally playing Dollhouse at this point.
Yes.
Anywho's. Owen, you enter the room. Violet takes a sit on the bed with the cat wrapped around her shoulders.
First things first, I owe you a massive apology for not only basically threatening to kill your sister, but also attacking you. I should have had better control of myself, and I should not have said the things that I said. I will not make an excuse for it. It was uncalled for and immature.
Your apology is accepted. After leaving, I spoke with Anwin.
You found her?
Even before we spoke, we had agreed to meet up at my old family home and get an explanation. She was as elusive as ever. I still don't have any answers.
If I may be so bold to ask, you didn't exactly smell like gasoline before you left.
We were in a warehouse. You probably just missed it in the heat of battle.
Insight check.
Roll insight against deception.
Okay. What is my deception? I haven't had to roll that yet.
Oh, that's
Oh,
interesting.
that's not one of my good stats.
Here we go.
11.
18.
Damn it.
Nice.
It's fine.
Owen seems to be telling the truth.
Perhaps I did. I've no doubt that I probably smell just as bad.
Yes, I think we all need a shower and a bit of rest.
I think we need a lot more than that.
Maybe Jonathan did have the right idea.
I have absolutely no well, no, I shouldn't phrase it like this. I believe you did say why you had a problem, shall we say, with Victor.
Yes.
And I do remember what you told me when we were fighting over who would get to kill him. You told me that at least my family was still alive.
I did, yes. And that might have been a bit dismissive of everything you've went through. So I apologize.
Well, what I went through was irrelevant in that moment. You were right. My family was still alive, and there was still hope to save them, whereas you already had something taken away from you. I guess in the heat of my anger and my judgment being clouded, all I saw was revenge being taken away from me, but I didn't see a man who was hurting. And I should have seen that. So, I will be more considerate of that next time you should find somebody who you need to take revenge on. All I ask is that we don't have a spat like this again, caused by either of us.
We can agree on that, and I'll reach out my hand for a handshake.
She will stand up and shake his hand.
Well, I believe that's everything covered.
Unless you've got something else that you want to throw out there. If you need to know anything about the Coven at all, I will give you any information that I have.
Owen looks like he's about to say something, but then he shakes his head and just... No, that's everything.
She's gonna raise her eyebrow at that.
Just something small, probably just a coincidence. Never mind.
I think you and I both know that coincidence is hardly ever the word for what is happening now, in any regard, but I can't say that you owe anything to me, especially after what happened today. Though, if you do think it is something, I will always lend an ear.
Does the name Dylan mean anything to you?
I only know one Dylan Shepard, my father.
I see. It's probably just a coincidence. And with that, I will, unless Violet wants to say anything, I'm going to leave.
You can always ask him, you know. My dad, I mean. He may seem like a big, tough, intimidating guy, but, he's probably one of the most approachable people out there. Especially if... Well, I don't want to say if you have any sort of connection to him.
Perhaps in the morning when I'm not smelling of gasoline and warehouse and blood and everything
Yeah.
else that we've been through tonight.
Agreed. But hey, safe to say that I owe you a drink. So feel free to cash that in whenever.
I'll be sure to do that. And I guess I'll see you in the morning.
Sleep well, Owen.
Is the DM there to like move to the next scene?
DM presence
Nessie
requested.
not found.
Error DM not found.
Error
Error
404.
DM
Let me
not
check-
found. For whatever reason, my mic decided to mute itself. Anyways,
Oh
Yeah.
no!
anyways,
Oh no!
Owen, as you open up the door, you watch as Caleb and Tanwyn both fall into the room. Tanwyn kind of floats there next to Caleb's head as Caleb fell flat face first into the ground.
Darling.
What?
Do you always have to snoop on my conversations?
Yes.
You're lucky.
Astra,
You're lucky this
attack,
wasn't.
and she will point at Caleb.
You're lucky we weren't discussing anything sensitive to the society. The society doesn't take kindly to eavesdroppers.
You're lucky I'm still not in the Coven. They don't take kindly to eavesdroppers either.
Caleb turns around.
Yes.
I think I am pertinent to any information that deals, one, with the girlfriend of mine who you are talking to, and two, I am a protector. I work for technically a similar society to you, Owen. Not to mention, you know what? I'm not going to cross that subject. Not going to cross that subject. I do not need this argument
Say
today.
it.
Nope.
Say it.
I will
Say
talk
it.
about it in the morning after I have had a good shower, please. For the love of God.
She's gonna kind of look up at Owen and just kind of shake her head while smiling. I am so sorry.
As I said, I'll see you in the morning.
Of course. And then Violet's gonna like jokingly look down at Astra, look at Caleb. Astra, attack, and she points at Caleb.
And you just hear the door shut. Caro, after you had disappeared for a second, after a little bit, Vi looks up at you. I think we should also go to bed. I think it's time, and I'm just exhausted.
Yeah.
I think it'll just be... Oh,
I'll let you do this scene first, and
okay. After a little bit, Vi just kind of holds onto your hand, leads you to the spare room you had been given, and the two of you sit down on the bed together. Oh, what a day.
Well, we've got to get stronger, or else that deals a death sentence.
Which means we need to either find a teacher to help us magic users find a place to get magic items, and or just keep finding people to fight.
I mean, potentially we have all three. I need to talk to Mother anyway.
Do you think the Sealy Court will help us?
If the Sealy Court doesn't help directly, that's where Hendeft and Jameson are.
True. They would be able to help us, I guess. We could head to Ilsatora. I bet the town has magical items we can find.
Likely.
Wasn't Ilsator... Wait, sorry, ignore me. I thought... I lost track of who was who. Ignore me.
It's time to gather allies again.
Yep. Who to first,
Like
though?
It's always time for that. Well, I have something I need to research. Well, in the court. Best to get the professors first.
Okay, so I guess we'll head there after a break. 'Cause fuck, Caro. I feel we have been going nonstop.
Well, since the shit show started.
I think we can afford at least 1 or 2 days of respite.
One can hope.
Guess we'll have to see what the hunters say tomorrow when they're, of course, more sober. From there,
Let's get some rest.
Yep, from there, the two of you fall asleep. Each group taking their opportunity to get into bed and sleep through the night. Owen, you wanted to do something?
Yes, instead of sleeping, I would happily take a level of exhaustion to have Owen read through the diary tonight.
Okay. I'd allow that. I will get you all the details before next session. However, from here, we will end session. Start planning out the ideas that you guys want to explore. Please keep me in the loop so that we can kind of plan out where you guys want to go next. You guys do gain a level up.
Let's fucking go!
Congratulations, you guys did it.
Level up time.
With the amazing things that have happened the last few sessions, I had to give it to you guys. I couldn't say no to that one. When you guys were asking me about levels today during session and everything and beforehand, I was like, I gotta keep quiet. I can't say anything. Because I was planning on giving you guys a level up anyways.
Yay!
Yeah, honestly, I would have just been offended at this point if you didn't.
And not irritate everyone in the group chat.
A little bit.
Yes, so you guys get a level up. Everyone gets a restful sleep, minus Owen, who gets a level of exhaustion. Level of exhaustion is, I believe,
I have the list.
Okay, you have the list. I believe it's,
I believe this one is disadvantage on skill checks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ability
Attack rolls.
checks, attack rolls, and saving throws.
No, attack rolls and saving throws is level 3. It is just ability checks.
Okay,
for
it's
level
just
1.
ability
Gotcha.
checks. So you will be
Are
extra
the-
Fitting for
ti-
real life.
Are
fitting
the
for real.
NPCs getting level ups as well, or is that next level for
That
us?
is next level. You guys got level ups last time.
That's right. I remember now.
You guys did well today. From
Yee.
here, I hope everyone had a fun time. I hope everyone enjoyed this session. It was a little bit of a heavy RP session, which we don't have that heavy of stuff go on. This was definitely heavier than it normally is. Anyways, from here,
Oh god, but it was so much fun.
it was
That
so
was
much
awesome.
fun. We are going to attack Hikaru for his Saturday stuff. He is playing Arkham Asylum. Tomorrow we will
Saturday.
not have Baldur's Gate because it is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all dads out there. I'm probably going to be spending it with my own dad at some point, maybe. I actually have to ask my brother what we're doing for Father's Day. I don't think we have anything planned. Either way, we will be back on Tuesday with another community day, game day, and Friday this week we do not have Stardew. However, Saturday we will be back at it again with session 31. Have a wonderful day, guys. Stay safe, and bye-bye!
Rawr.
Rawr. Rada, 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 rada. Arrah.
I now have a 5th level spell slot, if I am correct.
I
Yes, a
have
lot of you
two.
too.